Would you choose an iPhone over your mom's sewing machine? Before I tell you what happened to Stella, like this video, subscribe, and comment more if you want more stories like this. Stella was in her final year at the University of Lagos, and like most girls on campus, she had dreams. Big dreams. But right now, those dreams didn't involve first-class grades or building a career. No. Stella's current obsession was an iPhone. Not just any iPhone, the latest one. Sleek, shiny, the kind that seemed to glow in the hands of the influencers she followed on Instagram. She imagined herself taking mirror selfies with perfectly laid edges, soft makeup, and the phone case that screamed soft life. The problem? Stella was broke. Not I will manage till next week broke. She was counting change for Gary Brook. Her parents lived in Ajegunle, struggling to keep their tailoring shop alive. Every month, her mom sent just enough for food and transport. There was no room for luxuries, let alone an iPhone. But every time she opened Instagram, it felt like the whole world had one. Her classmates flaunted theirs shamelessly, taking cute pictures at cafes, making TikToks, posting aesthetic notes with productive day vibes captions. Some even had those matching AirPods. Stella told herself it didn't matter until it did. One night, she sat on her hostel bunk scrolling endlessly. She stopped at a video of two girls in her department, both holding the new iPhone 16 Pro Max, sipping bubble tea and laughing like life had no problems. The caption read, "If you don't have this phone in 2025, what are you even doing with your life?" It stung. She stared at her own old Samsung with a cracked corner and sighed. She remembered how her classmates sometimes snickered when she brought it out in lectures. Stella, upgrade nah, they tease. That's when the thought hit her. I'll take a loan. She'd heard about money lenders in Yaba who gave quick cash, no questions asked. All she had to do was pay it back in 2 months. By then, she was sure she would find a way. Maybe a side hustle. Maybe her uncle would help. Maybe... She didn't know. The next morning, Stella went to one of them. The man had an office the size of a small kiosk with peeling paint and a dusty fan that didn't turn. He asked her how much she wanted. She hesitated, then said the amount, enough to buy the phone and a cute phone case. He didn't even blink. He just handed her the cash and gave her a paper to sign. 1 month. After that, interest will double. Don't joke with me, he warned. She nodded quickly. That evening, Stella held the iPhone in her hands like it was a newborn baby. She took selfies, videos, even a "what in my bag" TikTok. Within hours, her Instagram DMs were full of people reacting. Her likes tripled. Her followers grew. Girls who barely spoke to her before were now commenting, "Soft babe, you've arrived." For 2 weeks, she felt untouchable. But the glow didn't last. The money lender called. Stella didn't have the money. She promised she would pay in a week. He called again. She lied. My parents are sending the money soon." They weren't. One Friday evening, Stella was back home in Ajegunle for the weekend. Her mother was outside the shop sewing a school uniform with her old but reliable sewing machine. Business had been slow lately, but she still managed to keep the family afloat. Stella was inside when she heard a commotion. 2 men on a bike had stopped in front of their house. She peeked through the curtain and froze. One of them shouted, "Where is Stella?" Her mother came out, wiping her hands on her wrapper. "Yes, how can I help you?" "You can help us by telling your daughter to pay what she owes," the man barked. Before she could speak, they pushed past her and grabbed the sewing machine. "We are taking this as part payment. If she doesn't pay the rest, we will be back," one of them said. Her mother screamed. She ran after them begging, but they ignored her. Neighbors gathered, whispering. Some looked at her mother with pity, others shook their heads like they saw this coming. Her mother didn't speak to her for 2 full days. The silence was worse than any shouting could have been. On the 3rd day, Stella gathered her courage and knocked on her mother's door. "Mama," she whispered. Her mother looked up, her eyes tired. "Is the phone worth more than my sewing machine?" Stella's throat tightened. She shook her head, tears spilling over. That afternoon, she took the iPhone to Computer Village. The same way she had once walked through the market with pride, she now walked with shame. She sold it for much less than she had bought it. Desperate people don't get good deals. With the money, she went straight to the moneylender. It wasn't enough to cover everything. But after she pleaded and begged, they agreed to return the sewing machine once she added a small balance. When they finally brought it back, her mother ran her hands over it like it was a long-lost friend. She said, "Next time, remember your background before chasing what you see others doing." From that day, Stella's Instagram became quieter. The soft babe captions disappeared. She was back to using her old cracked Samsung, the one she had once been ashamed of. It didn't take long for her to realize something. The same people who hyped her when she had the iPhone didn't check on her now. The likes faded. The comments stopped. But her mother, the one she had embarrassed beyond repair, was still there, sewing late into the night to pay her school fees. She never wanted an iPhone more than her mother's sewing machine again. Moral of the story? Don't let social media trick you into trading what truly matters for what only looks good for a moment. Phones get old. Trends fade. But the people who love and support you, they are worth more than any soft life picture you'll ever post.